Hello everybody, today's video is going to be a more serious video, sort of speech. But it is something that I believe God has gifted me and I want to now share it. So, what I believe is that some people, or people who say they follow Jesus, sometimes they just think that a church sermon or speaking saves them. Or if they hear or read a verse from the Bible and after just don't care and do whatever they want after. And I could go on and on through some other examples, but some of you guys think that just hearing one thing about God or Jesus think that you can then just do whatever you want. Or some of you guys think that Christianity may be boring, or say, oh, I don't want to worship, or man, I just don't like reading, so stop telling me to read the Bible. And let me tell you, following Jesus is so much more than that. He is a very loving God and he deserves worship. And the reason is that, man, Jesus died for us and paid it all. I know some of you have or may have already heard that, but truly, you should thank God for everything of what you have, or maybe not have, because you're still breathing, which is already a blessing. I mean, seriously, we should all, and yes, I mean all people, not Jesus, but people all deserve hell and death. Because of what Adam and Eve did, we are all born with a sinful nature. We can never escape that. Because of that, God had sent down Jesus, who was completely perfect. Now, not sent down, but he chose Jesus to be his son. And he was completely perfect. Yes, perfect. And he did not deserve to die. But the only way we could be made right with God is if Jesus had died. Now, it is a very sad thing because he bore the shame and the death of the cross, even though he did nothing wrong. We did. On that cross, he had to go through physical pain and spiritual pain. He had to go through spiritual pain too. He had to spiritually carry all of the sin of the past, present, and future so we could live, not him, us. And what makes that day so special is that what makes that day so special and way more important is that if we were to die on the cross, nothing would change, and yet we would still deserve to die on the cross. But Jesus already paid that for us. But the thing is that Jesus was chosen to be God's son and was perfect. Now, a verse I would like to include is from Romans 6, which reads, well then, should we... Oh, and this is the New Living Translation. Well, then, should we keep on sinning so that God can show us more of his wonderful grace? Of course not. Since we have died to sin, how can we continue to live in it? End of verses. So this verse clearly tells us that we have to stop sinning just to receive God's grace. Because if that is why we are sinning, that is the wrong mindset. Because God's grace is shown all the time. We just have to go past our understanding and let God take the wheel. I still struggle to because I'm not perfect. But I'm going a little bit off topic. But this is just to show that God and Jesus are worthy of praise. So, back on the topic. That we need to know that God is for us and no one can be against us. So, we should live like that. And again, I struggle too, but I believe, again, God is telling me to tell you that Christianity is more. It's a relationship with God. And again, Jesus is the reason why we can have a relationship with God. Because in the Bible, it describes how he is our high priest and is a direct way to God, our Father, who loves us dearly and wants to have a true relationship with us. Not someone who hears a few things about God and thinks that how he or she could do whatever he wants now. But no, in the Bible, John 15:15, King James Version, which reads, henceforth I call you not servants, for the servant knoweth not what his Lord doeth, but I have called you friends. For all things that I have heard of my Father I have made unto you. So this is Jesus speaking to us, saying how God wants a relationship with us, and a servant, or a slave, I guess, doesn't know what the master's doing. but we are servant of God. We are friends of God because of Jesus, and now we can understand and know everything because Jesus has made the Father known to us, and so yeah. But now, if your friend had given you had given everything for you, the access to talk to you, to gain knowledge and wisdom in the way of life, I guarantee you not ignore that friend. That is exactly what you're doing to God if you never want to read, if you never want to talk to him or spend time with him. So before you do anything after this video, spend some time with God. Talk to him as if he were your best friend, because he is, and he always is there with you. He will give you freedom and peace and love and so on. He is your friend, he is your father, so treat him like one, and he will treat you as his son.